Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Friday! We have some more Lego building to do, but I did get a Lego City polybag. Although technically I guess they can't be polybags anymore. It's a little city gift with purchase thing, so figured I'd build it. Gonna be a slow grind to where you were, that's true. Just means you gotta make sure that you're here. Paper bag lunch set, yes. I guess I actually need the instructions here, don't I? I don't have a actual PDF copy. There we go. Alright. So how's everyone doing today? Ald's on, time to take a nap. Wow. Wow. Oh, hey, these are new. 2x4 to 1x4 brackets, downward brackets. That's nice. Like, it's very similar to these, but better stability, I guess. Gill grinding in FF6. Gotta have all the money. Gotta have all of the money. I have been stat maxing in Final Fantasy X. It's lime. It's lime green. It's fine. Lime green is not my favorite, but it's fine. Howdy, Farron. How's it going? Not pickle green. Lego doesn't make pickle green. Thankfully. Oh, you know what? They should make green, well, actually, they do make green Lego hot dogs, but I'm thinking like more regular green rather than bright green. That would be a great cucumber piece. Doesn't look lime, that's barf green. Terrible. It's very lime. The limiest of limes. It's so lime, it's a limey. It's British. Going good? It's Friday and you have Monday and Tuesday off work? Nice! Any particular reason? I guess that could mean there's a holiday that I don't remember. Would not be the first time that I have forgotten that it's a holiday. Howdy, Iogra, how's it going? You want to buy the elemental rods? So you can break them all. Break all of the rods. Ald's employer doesn't let him have holidays off. I know. I work for a terrible employer. Me. Could have been Ultima 6, a bit easier to get filthy rich there. That's true. That is true. And it can be really easy to never be able to use that money. Not that there's anything to spend it on, generally at that point anyway, but... Oh, just using paid time off, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's always a good thing. Yeah, I had user lose leave at my last job that I would occasionally just be like, hey guy, like, after I went on to night shift and never got sick anymore, there were times when I'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna call out sick this weekend, because if I don't, I'm gonna use up my sick leave, like I'm gonna lose it, so I kind of have to, which is really stupid. Like, if you got people calling out sick when they're not actually sick because they have use or lose leave, Maybe not have it be use or lose. You know, just an idea. Just an idea. You know, just a little idea. Also, Spelljammer tomorrow. Players are fighting a dragon. They drag their heels because I think they're scared. Even though they're, like, at perfect levels for fighting dragons. You were wondering what was taking so long? They drag their heels. I mean, if you've been watching the Spelljammer game for more than a week, you should know that that those players like to drag their heels. Hi, boss. I'm going to be ill on Monday. Okay, thanks. Bye. Actually, when I first wake up in the morning, I can sound like death warmed over kind of thing. So it was great to call them up and just be like, yeah, I'm not feeling well today. I'm not coming in. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, you sound terrible. It sounds a lot worse than that, trust me. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, you sound terrible. Yeah, you rest up. You rest up. And I'm like, I hang up and I'm like, yep, all right, now go to play a game. All right, spare parts. A white 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. Gray 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, clear visor, and a silver 1x1 cylinder tile with, I don't know if it's like a gas print on it. I think let me hold it up to camera and zoom in for a second. You don't know if that's a gas cap or some sort of like carburetor thingy. Some sort of engine part on here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Come on. Grab the actual thing. Several Spelljammer videos are all saying, come on, you guys, come on. When all this is insane. Guys, I give you potions to use, you know. I know, right? For a lark, I decided to roll up actual treasure for an Illithid Nautiloid using the actual treasure tables, which I don't know why they chose those things for Illithids, but they're stupid. I honestly don't know why most of the treasure types are given to various monsters, to be honest. It's very silly. But I did that, and it ended up with them having tons of scrolls and potions, of which I have verified this year that they have lost some. I think they just didn't write them down or something like that. But there's definitely some missing. And it's just they don't use them. Could always use more than one potion at a time. No way that could possibly go wrong in 2E, right? Yeah! Yeah! Saving all their Mega Elixirs for the post-credits boss, yeah. So here we have our little race car, number 8. Kind of makes me think of like a go-kart kind of thing. Alright, but we are on bag number 9 of this set. NPC crew have sticky fingers. Stuff might be cursed. I can't use it until it's been identified 3 different times. I know, right? Didn't someone do that and got a permanent hit point increase? Oh, no. Derakar has permanent water breathing now. Yeah, he did that and he got permanent water breathing. Go-kart as opposed to what, a stop kart? Yes. Yeah. Like, you want your go-karts to go, not stop. Well, you want them to stop eventually. No, Ocker got his poison immunity from an actual potion designed to do that with just a not super-duper great chance of that. Howdy, Bahorn, how's it going? Like, that was a very specific thing that had a specific effect. They also had a potion that they sat on for a really long time that had a chance of giving them fire immunity, fire immunity, and then it didn't do that, so. Like, legitimate rare potions that that actually got, that I rolled up from the treasure tables. No, generally potions don't go off. They don't, Where is that beam? Is that in one of these? They do not get, like, have expiration dates, shall we say. There it is. It was in the extra bag. Extra potions part. Extra parts bag. Whatever. I'm so confused. So at least their butts had fire immunity after Taco Tuesday? Can I ban you? Hold on. We got a bot that's luckily got held. Ban it. There we go. Yeah, only the temporary healing potions have expiration dates. Because that's from a spell. Which I really think should be a 3rd level spell. Next time I do a campaign, I'm putting that up at 3rd level. No, it didn't. It got held by Automon. But I needed to ban it and deny it. What about the sodas of ultimate healing? Well, I do make effervescent potions sometimes. One of the newer players, Diamond Worm, asked me after a game session early on what I used to generate the potion and item descriptions, and I was just like, my head, my brain. I come up with all of those custom. I don't have any kind of generator for them. Aren't sodas of Resurrect in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? I don't think there's any sodas in there. I think you might get healing by getting a soda at the bar, but I would guess that that's a translation thing. Magical scrolls are also conspicuously resistant to crumbling into dust with time. Yeah. I mean, they're magic, you know? Magic be powerful, yo. Howdy, Minor Trader. How's it going? Oh, yeah, it does kind of look like a can, doesn't it? That is true. What do I know? I've only played the game tons of times, you know? What can I say? I only pay attention to Kaylee. Alright, Phoebe too, but mostly Kaylee. Minor Trader, thank you very much for that subscription. 20-month streak. Nice. Hope this keeps me going for many years more. I certainly hope I keep going for many years more as well, and that certainly will help. It definitely does help. I mean, as long as Lego's around, I'm going to be doing Lego building streams, unless I get arthritis. Let me tell you, boy, do I hope I don't get arthritis. On the other hand, pretty sure I will, because my mother and my sister have it. My father didn't, so... But I have the bad luck of, like, getting the bad physical traits from my parents, and not the good ones. My mother has great teeth. She got 2 cavities on a trip to Europe when she was a teenager, or, well, like just out of school, I guess. Young adult. Because they didn't fluoridate the water. Whereas my dad, terrible, terrible teeth. And I have terrible teeth, so, you know. If there's a bad genetic trait from one of my parents, pretty sure I got it. Keep exercising your hands and you should avoid it. I don't think there's anything that you can actually do to avoid it. You're the only one that took care of their teeth so far, that you still have them all? I have 5 crowns, so... Looking forward to the eventuality where I will need a bridge or something. I'm sure that will happen. Just means my teeth rule over 5 countries. They have 5. My mouth has 5 kingdom titles. Yes. My mouth is getting so much prestige. You're tempted to play CK2 again? Well, I mean, if you enjoy it, go for it. On the other hand, you are playing FF6, so, you know, you can wait until you're done with FF6. In the land of the toothless, the one-toothed man is king? Possibly, but I imagine if in a land of the toothless, probably all the food doesn't require chewing, so I don't know that really makes much difference there. The man with the blender is king, yeah. Oh, wow, he can make food for us all. That's wonderful. Smoothies, huzzah! It's really interesting to like look at archaeological grave digs from like Stone Age and earlier human societies, and finding that they took care of people for years when they were, you know, grievously injured or you know, couldn't really take care of themselves. Really makes you feel connected to them. UV4? You're referencing something, I'm not sure what it is. Offhand. You're surprised at what is and isn't immune to Quake? Yeah, there's definitely some interesting immunities in that game. What things in particular are you thinking of? I imagine finding an enemy immune to Quake is like, dang it! Now how am I supposed to instantly kill you? Well, wyverns are flying. They should be... They should be, Oh, CK2 to Europa Universalis 4. No, I haven't. Mainly, like, I have not been able to get into Europa Universalis. Just, like, it's more complex than Crusader Kings 2, and also less personal. So, like, it's interesting. I find, well, I don't roleplay that much in CK2 either. Like, that's one of my complaints about CK3 is the forced roleplaying. But it does feel a little bit more personal in CK2 because, like, you're not playing as a country, you are playing as a person. Even if you don't actually roleplay out the things, it still is interesting to be thinking about the person in question that has, you know, that is the character that you're currently playing and stuff. But I think it's more the added complexity that I just haven't taken the time to learn. I've enjoyed watching people play EU4. But not really, like... I don't know, just didn't really get into it myself. I didn't try that hard, though. Oh, you mean wyverns are not immune to Quake? That seems like a bug. I'd imagine that's a bug. I wonder if that's altered in Pixel Remaster. All right, so we have this this Technic element. I think we've gotten it before. Yeah, we had these in red on a bridge in a Ninjago set. This is going to be the archway over the tunnel entrance. And it's an interesting Technic hub element. They have to land sometime, yes, but they don't have to land while you're quaking. Yes, you can actually take a save from CK2 to EU4 to Vicky 2 to Hearts of Iron 4. It's probably not like part of the problem is that like you really have to contain yourself if you do something like that, though, because it's so easy to blob in those games. If you take over the world in CK2, the world that exists in CK2, nothing can stand against you in EU4. And yeah, and then you know, if you continue to blob in EU4, then for Vicky 2, there are no other countries, and in Hearts of Iron 4, there are no other countries, so... Like, you can choose to play for, like, 200 years and then import, but that doesn't, like, create a... Like, it doesn't advance time. I don't know how that would handle tech levels and stuff like that. So I don't really know how well that works in detail, but I have seen people do that. But most of the people that I've heard of who actually do convert their saves seem to get bored of it. Because it seems like it gets rid of a lot of the challenge. and excitement and stuff. And I can understand that. Like, I imported, like, I did import one of my saves where I blobbed into EU4 just to see what it would be like. And yeah, like, I controlled most of the world already. Like, I wasn't sure that that would be fun. I think that might have been my Jade Dragon campaign. Actually, that probably does not, yeah, that does not go there. That goes here. You're surprised Paradox allows that in general? I mean, it's a selling point. I don't know if that persists with, like, I don't know if you could convert CK3 into EU4. I don't know if you'll be able to convert CK3 into EU5, which I think is coming out soon if it's not already out. I haven't been paying that much attention. Like, Paradox makes good games, but I haven't been interested in that type of gameplay lately. It has been out for a while? Okay. Do you know if you can do that grand campaign? Alright, spare parts. We got a beige 1x1 cylinder plate, a yellow half bushing, and a black friction pin. So like I said, I haven't really been paying attention to Paradox lately. Part of it is just like, I got kind of burned out on them. The Rome game? Oh yeah. I got that, I had a game pre-release. I did a co-op game with some other people. On like the day of release, I think on the day of release, or maybe it was a couple days after, something like that, with like people on Discord. I did a stream on release, and I did a second LP. Did I do a third LP? No, I think I only did a second LP. My pre-release LP, which had to end with release because of updates they did, I played as Egypt, and the stream I did, I played as Carthage, and the secondary LP was in Spain. Imperator Rome. It was fine for what it was, but there were a lot of complaints about how many, like, mana interactions there were. You build up points and you spend the points to do stuff. You have to admit, you really appreciate it. You can come to a major LEGO streamer and be pretty sure it won't be the Wizard School set. I'm not sure what you mean, Gilded Tongue. You mean Harry Potter? There's a mod or perhaps a few for Imperator that lets you play a Sumer in that age. I mean, Sumer didn't exist in that age. Oh, yeah. I have some. I'm a little on the fence about building some of them, because the Harry Potter sets do have really good parts. But yeah, like, I don't like her. Oh, you mean it changes the dates? Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I mean, it might work okay. I kind of think that like that was the first big like critical failure I think that Paradox had in a while. Like the other ones all I think had like really positive reviews and stuff like that, and it was such that it changed how they handled early access release. Like I'm pretty sure I would not be able to get early access to their games anymore because of that. Not because of anything I did, but because they changed their standards and stuff. You should try CK2 again, knowing that there may be some slow moments. Well, that's one of the good things about it, is that you can speed up time if things are not happening too much. Like if you're a kid in a Regency and stuff like that. And then slow it down when things start happening. Pretty sure those go there. I mean, CK2 I think is still like the pinnacle. I mean, obviously, I think EU4 was even more successful. And I certainly know plenty of people who like, you know, other games better than CK2 and stuff like that. But for me, CK2 was the peak, and I just didn't like the directions that they were going in after that with the way that they were developing the games. I haven't looked at EU5 to know if that's like how that stacks up to EU4. Just not sure if you should try Island because Noob Island or something else. I mean, there is a reason it's called Noob Island. It gives you some substantial protections from aggressive action. But I'm pretty sure there are other places like that. I'd have to like go back and look at the map. Well, yeah, but I mean, it gives you time to build up and stuff like that, and learn the game. And if bad things happen, then you have an idea of what's going on there already, and can restart fresh in that area. I mean, if you put a couple hours into a game, into a playthrough, and you know you get conquered and you don't see a way out of it, you've learned quite a bit already. And then you can start again, taking what you've learned and going from there. And try again. Either someplace else or in the same place. But at the same time, if you're like really into you know, Scandinavian history or French history or you know, Muslim history, Middle East, that kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with starting in one of those areas. You're going to learn a lot even if you get obliterated quickly. You know, it's all learning. All right, spare parts. Trans red 1x1 cylinder tile and bright green 3-leaf plant. You want to play the Elder Scrolls mod for CK3? I've heard pretty good things about that one. I'm not much of one for mods myself, but I did like the After the End mod that I played with Kilkakon. For what it was worth. I mean, I don't know that I have no desire to play that myself on my own, but playing with someone else was quite a lot of fun. Even if I did screw things up. Wait, no, that wasn't Kilkakon. That was J Squared John Jeremy. I'm sorry. Alright, so these bits are basically like transitions. You can take the... Hold on, get over here. So here we have the train car part. So with this curve here, you can easily, like, it doesn't even have to be right on center and it'll get into the tracks. These are useful even if you don't like have this kind of setup as one of those like they have some of the road vehicles that have the train wheels for like construction and service and stuff like that, and this is a good way to get them onto the rails. Alright, let's see. Okay, yep, that looks like that's about it. Doesn't really move too much. Basically makes a an angled look to it. Let me actually pop this off because he's getting in the way. Just put those aside for now. Oops. So it gets an angled look there. It's pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paladin's Quest I am familiar with. Mysterious JG has played that. That was one of his early LPs. He also played Lennis 2, the sequel, but he had to... That never came out here. Because Paladin's Quest is Lennis in Japan. It's on my list of, maybe I should play it, do an LP of it someday. Never played, so you'll be going into it blind? Oh, I hope you enjoy it. It's been so long since I've watched the LP that I'd be close to blind as well. Although I would get a FAQ. Alright, and then we get the 8x16 tile, which is smooth. I wonder if they made this change to, because they've they've been using these as placards for a while for like the Star Wars UCS sets and things like that. And I wonder if they went with them being smooth rather than textured to make them easier to print on. Because the problem with them being smooth is it means that scratches and stuff show up more easily. Just over 2 days in the game. I mean, that's not too much. Call me when you've reached 99 hours, 99 minutes. Wait, no. 59 minutes. Whatever. You know what I mean. Don't question it. I remember my first playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. I hit 99 hours, 99 minutes, or 59 minutes. Well before the halfway point. Well before the halfway point. It was funny just how much of me playing that game had the clock not advance. Surprised at how many blue magics are in the World of Balance? Yeah, quite a few. Quite a few. I remember from getting them on my playthroughs. I think it's most of them, really. I want to say there's like 4 that are in the that are only in the World of Ruin. You can double check. It's fine. I'm mostly shooting the breeze. Breeze shooting. Almost as impressive as salad shooting. You're on the wiki already? Can't stop you now? No, don't do it! No! Where is the... Translate blue 1x1 cylinder tile? Nope. Might have fallen on the floor. That's fine. I will look for it later. Maybe it's under something. It might have rolled somewhere. You know, you have a large Steam library when you search for a game and realize you already have it. I mean, one advantage of buying things on Steam does mean that you won't accidentally go to Steam and rebuy something. I have done that with other things. Not computer games, but... console games I've done that with. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted to get this game. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had ordered it already. And Bahorn, subscribed for 30 months. Thank you very much. Supporting the best dragon on Twitch. Aw, thanks. I'll rebuy the Titanic. I mean, that could happen just for the parts. Oh, really? I thought it was fewer. All right. My mistake. There are quite a few blue magics in that game, so that might be part of it. Unlike, unlike FF10, which has, like, what? I feel like it's like 10 or 12. And I feel like other than Mighty G, they're all kind of garbage. I had to cheat to get a blue magic in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It was very annoying. There's one blue magic that you can get early on with a mission, but you have to know that, and if you miss it, that mission never comes back. I mean, I think you can get it multiple ways early on, but there's like at some point there will be a like there's a the mission that's guaranteed to have that stops happening. Oh, does it have more blue magic than 5? Yes, it does. I actually like blue magic overall. I wish the system were a bit better. Like, there are things that should be blue magics that aren't, in my opinion. Still want the Wyvern Fireball. And I think it's more fun when you get it early, when you get blue magic early. And here we have a fire hydrant. And red garage doors. These were the first garage doors that I ever got, red ones. I had a Public Works Center set that had all red garage doors. Blue magic system in FF11 is pretty great. Yeah, but that requires playing FF11. I played like 5 hours of that, and I was like, nope. There we go. Feed it in there. You were thinking the same thing. I mean, it's probably fine. You know, I don't know. It wasn't for me. That's all. Like, I like blue magic as a concept, but some of the implementations, especially 10 and 8, I think have just been bad. They're just bad, you know? Yeah, that FF11 isn't most people's cup of tea, but man, it resonated with you. Well, that's good. I'm glad for that. That is really nice to hear. Oopsie. Goofed up. Yes. So Quistis needs to limit break, and Kimahri needs to overdrive to use them. And they can oftentimes be very difficult to get. Eight is kind of worse than 10, in part because 8 of the like 12 blue magics that you can get in 10, you can get in one fight. So I think a lot of systems in FF8 weren't implemented well. Yes, that is true. The fact that it is so breakable is not great. And they didn't expect people to play it that way, really. Which is also kind of silly. Should always expect people to try to break your games. And either make it breakable because you want to cater to those people, or make it not breakable because you don't want people to do that. One or the other. So the problem with being able to break a game is that it creates a situation where a lot of detail-oriented people can't play it without breaking it. Like, it's just... Like, it's objectively not the proper way to play it kind of thing. And you don't really want a situation where people feel that way about your game. Unless that is the way that you want them to play it. But no one would ever want to min-max like crazy just because they can. I know, right? Isn't that what playtesting is supposed to show? Not really. Playtesting is to make sure that the game plays. Like, you can, like... Playtesting isn't, like... how to put it? The people who playtested the game aren't necessarily going to think of that. They may. But they aren't necessarily. A lot of times, it's the people who play a game over and over and over again who start thinking of those things. I mean, when I first played Final Fantasy VIII, I maxed out levels. Because it's a Final Fantasy game. That's what you do. I didn't use the card game to get an ungodly number of all of the items to make, you know, and magics and everything like that to make all the things. And to get insanely powerful and everything like that. Because that's not how you played Final Fantasy games at that point. Alright. Red 1x1 plate is the extra part, and that's all that is in this one. But once a game has been out for a while and people have played a lot of it, then they start figuring out how to break the game. If it is breakable. And if it's breakable, you know, I mean, like, and you want to make a game that ideally people don't do that with. Now, I mean, as the makers, you may not anticipate that either. Like, that's entirely possible. Like, just because something can be done in a game doesn't mean that the people who designed it think of it. Or even that they, you know, like, the people who make a game could also not be good at it, you know? Just because they made a game doesn't necessarily mean that they're good at it. Kind of thing. So, I don't know. You didn't realize that Gaia Gear was able to be gotten much earlier than expected? Yeah. You wouldn't think of the card game mostly because it seemed like a side thing and you didn't like it when you played the game as a teen? I didn't like it per se, but I understood it. It just, yeah, it seemed like mostly a superfluous thing. So I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I mean, they obviously did think of that people would be doing some of that, because they put in the tools, you know, card mod and the ability to kill enemies and cause them to leave cards kind of thing. And the fact that you can easily gain stats by manipulating all of that and stuff like that. I don't know. There is a part of me that wonders if they were lying about that. We didn't anticipate people would play it this way. But I don't know. You can break Dungeons and Dragons. Granted, the DM can put a stop to it. Yes. No, I'm in a Discord server with a guy who lets his players break the game in ways that are not intended to be done. This is 2nd edition. He has had players create characters capable of dealing 300 damage in a round. In a game where very powerful dragons are lucky to have, you know, a bit over 100 hit points, that's freaking insane. I mean, basically it's allowing the players to take things that were not intended to be worked together. Demogorgon has 200 hit points. Some 1E deities had really high hit points, much higher than that. Demogorgon shouldn't even have 200 hit points in 2nd edition. Well, I forget what I gave him, actually. But in 2nd edition, like, with the very powerful avatars in the Forgotten Realms, there are some things getting up to 300 hit points and beyond, but not many. Howdy, Kinshir. So basically, the way he allowed it is he allowed a Thri-Kreen Psionicist, probably a fighter Psionicist, in Dark Sun, to take the wild fighting proficiency in the Complete Book of Humanoids, which grants an extra attack per round, with natural weapons or something like that. Then there is a Dark Sun psionic ability that's like a super haste. Like there are some I think there is a haste effect in the Complete Book of Psionics, but there's an even better one in one of the Dark Sun books that allows you to like quadruple your attacks per round rather than just double for haste. And, you know, put this on a Thri-Kreen, you get the 4 arm attacks per round. Add 1 on for wild fighting. That's 5 attacks. Now, a successful use of that psionic ability boosted up to 20 attacks. I think there was some other stuff going on, some things giving damage bonuses and stuff like that. And, like, a normal 2nd edition Dungeon Master is going to be like, no. You can't take that with those. You can't, like, those don't work together. No, 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 no. Because they're not built to work together with each other. Like my fix would be to not allow wild fighting extra attacks to be improved in any way. So you get that one extra attack. Period. Doesn't matter if you're hasted. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter what you got going on. You just get that one attack. Thought your concept of a half-dragon centaur who could run at the speed of sound was crazy. That I don't think is possible in 2E. Do you have an ad break coming up? I think it's about 500 in 3E. Yeah, I mean, part of that is because they give Constitution bonuses, and that's one of the reasons why avatars have so many hit points in Forgotten Realms material, and what I create following that. Because, yeah, they have Constitution bonuses. If they have classes. If they don't have classes then they would just get the flat D8. But that's also an avatar, and it's not actually the entity itself. First edition gave Zeus 400 hit points, but Asmodeus 199? Yeah. Well, the gods were... Like, Asmodeus... Like, it's one of the things that kind of annoys me about modern D&D, is, like, having the demons be responsible for all the evil things, especially when you got evil deities like Cyric and Bane right there. So the reason why they didn't give Asmodeus 666 hit points, Lord Canis, is A, 666 is the Abyss, not Bator. B, he wasn't a god. He's a very powerful Duke of Hell, but he wasn't a god in 1E. So he was considered naturally weaker than the gods themselves. Cyric does evil? He thought he was just there for everyone to laugh at? I really like Cyric as a villain in the Forgotten Realms. I really do, because he's just batshit insane. Like, you can have Cyricists do whatever you want, evil-wise, and it's like, this makes no sense. Well, yeah, they're Cyricists. What do you expect? Like, it can just be the axe-crazy evil stuff of your dreams, and it works just fine. But I know of people who actually hate him. Like, not hate using him, but actually hate him as a character. And I'm like, he's fiction. And he's a tool for the Dungeon Master. If you don't like him, don't use him. There are plenty of others. But I guess in 3E, it was all Shar for the evil stuff, so... And not the Red Comet, either. Well, I'm talking more about the novels and... Like, I mean, obviously, like, lots of different characters got used lots of different times. But the big one was Shar in 3rd edition. I don't know about 4th edition, though. I don't know enough about 4th edition, and I don't really care to. No, no, not a rogue AI. That's the Red Comet. That's different. He's on Brawl right now. There is a Red Comet bakery on Brawl. And I have repeatedly had the joke that they periodically sell Red Comet cookies. No, it's not the Red Comet Bakery. I'm sorry, it's Char's Bakery, Char. And I have had the joke that they have Red Comet cookies, but you got to get in line early because they sell 3 times as fast as all the other cookies. Oh, you're welcome, Bahamut. Keep in mind that all of my answers come through the lens of 2nd edition, which may not hold true in other editions. Well, you should invite her in, not a rogue AI. She might be she might want some tea or something. Ask her to play the harp for you. It was meant to be a 2nd edition question? No worries. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is, like, a Dungeon Master can allow whatever they want. I mean, like, I had a player who wanted to play a blind paladin with a, a family curse, and the goal was to eventually break the curse and everything like that. He wasn't looking for some sort of bonus, like, oh, I'll take blindness and I'll get these points to use for something else. It's a non-Harper household. I mean, she has non-Harper friends, too. What you learned from D&D is a Dungeon Master should unleash Tiamat to a party of first-time players. Luckily, she can be overcome by a carpet and a hole in the floor. Yes. Yeah, that's true. It's true. She is a pushover that way. Just ask Bahamut. You have one more 2nd edition question about paladins. Can a person become a paladin as a penance for past actions? Like, at that point, you're dealing with, like, purely role-playing things, so sure. It kind of depends on what you want their past actions to be and what you want the in-game effects to be. I mean, like, if you want them to have started out as a wizard or a thief or something, some other class, then there might be some issues there. But if you're starting them out as a level 1 paladin with no other class, and the backstory is just they did some bad things, and now they have seen the light, and they're trying to make up for it. If you stick with the lawful good alignment, perfectly fine. Yeah, that works just fine. If the Dungeon Master agrees. As dumb as the cartoon is, honestly, the setup would make a fascinating premise. Like, there's nothing stopping you from making a first-level fighter who's 57 years old, kind of thing. You know? You'd have to take the aging effects to your rolls, but like age and weight and height and everything like that. All of those, like there are random charts and die rolls for those, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just pick what you want, kind of thing. So that's very much like background role-playing. It's just a Connecticut Yankee story, but could be interesting and explain why the players have no clue on the local culture. Yeah. That's your thought, level 1 paladin or whatever starting levels are in the campaign, who's just trying to do stuff to make up for their past. Yeah. And that gives the dungeon master, if they want it, a situation where they could like have people from the character's past come back for revenge or something like that. What if, and this is just your thought, what if this is just hypothetical, you start as a wizard and almost TPK the group with a fireball in an enclosed space, and then you decide maybe magic isn't for you. Well, he didn't decide that magic wasn't for him, Farron. He decided that he needed to know more about magic, so he went to go study more and leave the adventuring life. No, Tom Brown, his name was Xanfir. Said it was hypothetical. Well, in this hypothetical, that character went off to do other things instead. I mean, like, it's still a wizard. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the other thing is, if you wanted to play a character who had some kind of history, I would want the other players to be okay with that, like knowing that that this might call him away, or you know, like you might have to deal with people who have a problem with this guy because of things he did in the past, and you guys will have to, you know, somehow deal with it. How you do so will be up to you, and that's part of the, you know, the role-playing thing. And if the players, if you got a bunch of players who are like, no, I don't really want to play a game like that, then you go to the player who wants to do that and be like, unfortunately, people are, you know, want to do other things. So we haven't gotten lime tulip bulbs before. Tulip blossoms, I suppose, not bulbs. Alright, spare parts. A white 1x1 tile, black 1x1 plate, black 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, and a lime green tulip blossom. Okay. Bag number 13. My favorite part about the Xanfir scenario is that I did ask, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? And he was sure. I'm like, okay. And then Higamus made his 10% magic resistance. That was great. There we go. We got a purple skateboard there. How many times did I explicitly explain how a fireball works before you did it too? I don't know. I don't remember the number of times, but I definitely did mention it. It definitely came up. I don't know if I don't know how much in proximity to that, but I'm pretty sure it came up in terms of like comparisons between editions kind of thing. You'd be willing to play a paladin with a mysterious dark past who's just trying to atone for it? I think most people who'd be willing to play a paladin would be willing to play that. It may not be like their preferred thing, but like that's got some built-in fun to it, built-in role-playing opportunities. It's one thing for a player to have a shady past that could create adventure hooks. It's another for a character to have a very disruptive past. Yes. Yeah. And that's one reason why, like, with our new players, Derekar and Lankus, I am trying to integrate their personal stuff into what's going on rather than, you know, force everyone to go off and do something else to an extent. I mean, like, there's always an element of that. But like they're in this this area, Kazafrin, for you know, for one reason, and it just happens that they have an opportunity to do something else as well, kind of thing, you know. Well, I wouldn't say start as a fallen paladin, because if you I mean, like, someone could definitely start as a fallen paladin, but that's different. You've already lost your paladin hood, and you're not getting it back. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're evil. He means someone who... maybe they were a murderer. You know, they helped out a guild, a thieves guild, or an assassin's guild to do some stuff, and at some point they realized it was wrong. You know? And then they chose to join a holy order to atone for it. That's what I'm picking up from what Bahamut was asking about, at least. Because a fallen paladin is just a fighter, and you could start that way. Because you don't have any of the abilities, and you will explicitly be giving up the giving up access to weapon specialization. But if that's the character that you want to play, then that's perfectly fine. That's what you were implying and thinking? Yeah, that's what I figured. There is a one of the Forgotten Realms novels, Soldiers of Ice. It's one I really like. It has some interesting characters. It takes place in the north and the wintry area, and it's one of the Harper series books, and I think it's one of the better ones personally of like the one-offs that don't connect up to other stuff. Some of them are kind of iffy, but then you got like the Erlen Moonblade stuff, which is you know, like the best of the best kind of thing. But this one's one of the better ones that's outside of the generally accounted for as the really good ones kind of thing. And I highly recommend it. It's one of the ones that I really like. I need to reread it one of these days. It's right back here. And it has a fallen paladin who is still lawful good. So he's still a lawful good fighter, but he lost his paladin hood. I think he showed cowardice or something, kind of thing. Fled in the face of, you know, some danger, and it resulted in people dying. And so, you know, ashamed of it all, he, you know, fled into the wilderness, And he was basically able, so he's a character in that, he's a character in that book who's looking for redemption for that. But, not to become a paladin again, just to get redemption, I screwed up. I want to make up for it, kind of thing. Looks like that is all of the furniture in there. All right. And this goes on right here. Yeah, I mean, they're one of the classic story tropes, which is not to say that it's bad in any way. I mean, tropes exist for a reason. But that book also had one of my favorite non-human characters, or like non-human demi-human characters, I should say. And really informed my writing for the Knoll God Gorelick, because it had a shaman of Gorelick who was basically kicked out of his tribe because the tribe decided to worship something else, so they kicked him out. But he's a good character. And honestly, like, it's one of the reasons I like Gorelick as a deity, despite the fact that he's chaotic evil. And I kind of wrote a possibility of him being something else eventually in my deity write-up. Lethal Feline bringing us a raid. Let me get you a shout-out there. What were you up to tonight? There we go. 7 hours of Voices of the Void. Well, that's a lot. I'm glad you were feeling up to recording 7 hours of it, streaming 7 hours of it. That's pretty great. I don't know anything about that game, though. What kind of game is that? Alright, we got a red and white striped ending here. Get the explain text real quick? Ah, no worries. And do check out Lethal. He has some fun streams. Recently did a bunch of Next Fest speed dating, played demos, and before that was playing a crazy troll game called Baby Steps, which is extraordinarily weird. Voices of the Void is a job simulator horror game. The game takes place in Dunkeltaler Forest, a mostly uninhabited region of the Swiss Alps. The story follows Dr. Kell as he arrives in the dead of night at an Alpensignal Observatorium facility, where he's assigned as the solar array operator. But is the doctor really all alone out there? Alright. I might have to check that out. That sounds interesting. I've liked some of the horror-ish games, sci-fi horror-ish games. Is it first person, I assume? I've enjoyed some of your playthroughs of those kinds of games. First person, yeah. Seems like something right up the alley of what I enjoy you playing. I mean, I enjoy you playing a lot of things. Looking forward to more Steambot Chronicles as well. Okay, interesting. The ramp is a little bit off-center. I'm guessing because these are probably set up to match to horizontal bricks rather than vertical bricks. More Steambot on Monday for sure. Woohoo! It's such a relaxing non-linear adventure. Yeah, I've considered playing it myself. I really enjoyed Bobo's LP oh so long ago. And I've considered playing it myself. It seems like a very fun game. Alright, so here we have our skateboard ramp. On the side of a building, going off the second floor, which seems, you know, totally safe. Totally safe. Alright, so here we got our skateboarder. Okay, that didn't quite work. I need to... There we go. See, he's totally fine. Definitely not smashing his head on that 10-foot fall. Oh, no. Nat 20 needed to survive the drop. Yeah, I don't think he's going to survive that much. Oh, well. Got more things to put on here. JG and you are already diverging from Bobo's playthrough now. One very large change. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you're not the giant clock. That's why you wear a helmet. Yeah, exactly. See? If he wasn't wearing the helmet, that would totally kill him. But because he's wearing a helmet, he's fine. Safety third. Then we have a hamster tunnel. This is my first time getting any of these pieces. So there, it's interesting to look at them. According to the totally accurate skateboard simulator Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, that should be completely safe. Right, exactly, see? Can't argue with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, right? That would never lie. Okay, so we got little lips there. Rotates pretty well. Man, I wonder what I could do with these pieces now. I need to think about that. What would I have a use for a tube of this size? That goes on right there. Whee! See? Totally safe. Totally safe. He's definitely not splattering his head all over the ground. Oh, Lego. I love how completely unsafe so many of their things are. All right, spare parts. Lime green 1x1 plate. Black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Gold 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. Dark gray friction half pin. And a black friction pin. Those are the spare parts. And we are on to booklet number 7 and bag number 14. It needs those railroad tracks to be truly safe. Well, that's a tunnel. Getting cuddles from furry family? I mean, you know, obviously, of course. I actually thought that they had stopped making these 3-pane windows. I was sorting a few of them and, like, thinking to myself, it's kind of a shame that they stopped making these. And yet, here they are. Here they are. Here we have another minifig to make. A little girl with her skirt and a skull shirt. And an Xbox controller. And a snake, which is actually tan. I have not gotten a tan rattlesnake before. Go ahead and zoom in on these. So there's her Xbox controller. There's her her skull shirt. And the tan snake. I don't know if these have been in other sets, but I definitely have not gotten them. They're very common in green and red. Yeah, Cedric's gonna warn us about that snake. It's a poisonous snake. Watch out for snakes. A 1x6 hazard print. That's nice. Watch out for snakes is one of the better lines from EGA. For those unfamiliar, it's a line that got put in the wrong place. So it sounds like no one says anything. And later there's a scene, or might have even been earlier, I'm not sure, that is clearly the scene that line was supposed to happen in. It's very funny. Not sure if this is going to be like a breakaway wall or something. I think I might have black snakes as well. What other colors do I have? I mean, there's other types of snakes, other snake pieces, but that is the snake going way back to the Wild West sets. Kool-Aid Man entrance, yeah, exactly. Looks like it's a way to dump things onto people below, though. See, this is going to be above the tube, and that is just going to dump probably the snake. God, I hope it's the snake. That would be amazing. I mean, really, isn't everything better with snakes? Unless, of course, you're Indiana Jones. Then maybe not so much. Alright, so that goes on there. This might make an entrance for the ramp. I'm unsure just yet. Henry Jones Jr. would disagree. I mentioned him. You guys should be able to predict what I'm going to say and type without without dealing with stream delay. Yeah. I would just watch streams without stream delay. Pretty sure we're going to need another bag for all of this at some point. Although maybe not. We do have these windows, that is true. Okay, so these are back there. There we go. Another 1x2 with a center stud. It's a real center stud. We're gonna need a lot more hemp. I need to watch your. That it looks so deliciously terrible. You would think it would be on Tubi, home of terrible movies, but it is apparently not. And much disappointment was had by me. I mean, it's got Reb Brown in it, you know? I think he showed up in an episode of Murder, She Wrote as well. He had a bit of a career for a time. Nope, they did not MST3K it. It might be Rift Traxed. I don't know. But I do also like watching such movies on their own. I've known about it for a very long time, but I have not actually, like, been able to watch it. Red Letter Media did a bit as well. Rift Trax has it as VOD. Might check that out. Although, like I said, I do actually enjoy watching bad movies on their own as well. Yor is a good riff? I mean, I'm not surprised. Did Rift Trax ever do any more of the Deathstalker movies? How long can all go through the Star Wars Holiday Special? I've never actually watched it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I could watch it all. Not that you're aware of. Not that surprised for the first one. It has not aged as well as the others. I think the second one is good. Like from the point of view of bad, low-budget fantasy movies, it's extremely entertaining. And the overacting by the woman whose name I'm blanking on is fantastic. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it. They did get hobgoblins too. Yeah. I mean, like, overall, if they would do any of them, I would expect Deathstalker 2 to be the one. But it's also, like, actually kind of good for what it is. Three, yeah. They did 3. I haven't seen 4. I've seen 1 through 3. 4 brought back the guy from the first one, I believe. 1 through 3 had different people for each one. That's great. 2 is definitely the best. I have fondness for 3 because that is the MST3K one. It's a good episode of MST3K. And just all around fun. And it has some kind of amusing modern connections, shall we say. Alright. White 1x1 plate as an extra part. Bag number 15. Not even sure any of them were originally intended to be the same series. I mean, like, maybe they took a script and turned it into something else, but I mean, he's called Deathstalker in 2 and 3. Right, well, so when I say bad movies, Lord Canis, I mean actual movies. That's not an actual movie that doesn't pass muster. There's a tattoo digitally put on someone's back, well, not back, on the back of their neck. It moves because it's digital in the film. Although I think it's like VHS or something. I don't know. It might be all digital. Someone made it. It's on film, ergo movie. I'm not sure that it's on film, though. Like, actual film. It might be either digital or VHS. Can't wait for my take on Cloak and Dagger. Well, I'll have to find it first. I should look to see if it's on Tubi. Tubi has so much garbage on it that I'm in hog heaven with that, so it exists on a form of replayable media. Right, but like, I could make a home movie, and it's not an actual movie, you know? I think there has to be a minimum standard for some of these things. Tell that to the Polonia brothers. I would. Hey, my friends and I did try to make a little semi-stop motion Lego movie when we were kids. So, you know, long tradition of filmmaking here. I question the couch in front of doors. I don't know, Lord Canis. There's also Dak Rambo. I think that's the actor's name, or at least a credited name. Don't question Lego logic. I'll question what I want. See, the Deathstalker films were all put on film. I'm sure some of them were released in theaters. The first one, at least. I don't know about the second and beyond. That might have been into the home movie days. I think that's supposed to be a toilet. No, that's not supposed to be a toilet. That is... I don't know, maybe a game console. Yeah, probably a game console. Okay, nothing supporting that. But yeah, I do recommend, if you like bad movies, I would definitely check out Deathstalker 2. It has one of the guys who gets killed from Chopping Mall, who has a very significant chin, shall we say, jaw. Kind of a Bruce Campbell-esque jaw. And you can tell he has fun making it. Apparently there's talk of a Hawk the Slayer sequel. No, they should not. No. That's no. No. I guess? Maybe, Kinshir? Poor guy. No, actually, like, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just, it's a significant jaw. Like, he's definitely an actor who could be known for his jaw. I mean, like Bruce Campbell has a jaw. You know, has quite the jaw. But, you know, Bruce Campbell is by no means an unattractive man. It's a similar thing. No, it's not Robert Zadar. No. No, I would say Robert Zadar level if I was gonna. What was that? Oh, Bruce Campbell, poor guy. Yeah. Definitely a shame to hear it, but he sounds like he's handling it as well as, you know, like, as well as could be expected, really. I gotta hand it to him there. Isn't Bruce Campbell just Liam Neeson in a mask? Oh, no. No. I mean, he is in Darkman. Bruce Campbell did some 80-yard lines for Darkman. Just a few of them, though. Some of the shouting near the end, I believe. That is the dark green. I want the bright green. Baked potato on the floor? Why would you do that, Bahamut? It's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get floor germs on it. You like to make obscure references. As do I. I like making references that people who don't watch my my channel would get. And a pigeon! We get another pigeon. Someone's playing Hatoful Boyfriend. They need food too. No, they don't, Bahamut. They definitely do not. Floor germs need nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, so we've got 2 clips over here. Alright, now that's going up on top. So yeah, you hop over the couch, open the doors, and then go down the skateboard ramp. Ooh, Christopher Lambert chewing scenery? Oh, that sounds great. Who could say no to that? It's totally safe. Would they build it if it wasn't safe? I mean, it's on top of a fire garage and a police garage, so obviously it must be safe, right? The safest. The safest. I'm not Dustin Hoffman, Gilded Tongue. And we've got No Limits. Obviously, extreme skateboarding. Makes perfect sense to use skaters on recreational pharmaceuticals. Yeah, exactly. There's no limits to the stupidity. Let's get her in here playing Nintendo. There is the sign. No limits. Okay. I think the snake does go into. Oh. Snake didn't want to go into the crate. There we go. Snake in a crate. Alright, spare parts, a blue 1x1 cylinder tile, and a trans light blue 1x1 cylinder tile, and a black nozzle. No limits, only brakes, that's true. Head brakes, head bone brakes. Because that's what's going to break. Another roller coaster rail. Getting lots of roller coaster rails here. What doesn't kill you makes you incredibly injured. Alright, booklet number 8. This is the last booklet and the last bag and the last additional part of an 8x16 plate. Alright, Bahorn, thank you very much for coming on out. All right, everyone, what is your favorite James Bond movie and your favorite James Bond, which don't have to be the same. Like, your favorite Bond film does not have to even have your favorite Bond. I'm curious. Netflix has them all up, so I had fun watching them. You haven't watched any James Bond? Oh. Well, that's fair. They're generally pretty good action films with good good stunts and stuff like that. Timothy Dalton, Moonraker, So Silly, So Fun. Good choices. Good choices. Timothy Dalton is my favorite as well. Moonraker I'd actually put as my second favorite. My favorite is actually For Your Eyes Only. But Moonraker is definitely, I think, one of the most fun. Also completely ridiculous and such an interesting view of what the near future would be like. Yeah, Netflix has them up, so I recently watched them all. Most of them for the set for you know, the umpteenth time. Yes. Yeah. Well, to be fair, not a Rogue AI, so did like it's a mixture of that and A View to a Kill. All right, we have an ad break coming up soon. Let me go ahead and snooze that. I don't know if I've gotten a black 2x4 Technic brick. There's the other triangle. There is the other triangle, the final triangle. One of the nice things about Moonraker was Jaws coming back. It was kind of, I think, intended to just be the like a one-off. Inverted slope. All right, we got gold pin connectors. Favorite movie is probably Goldfinger, just for how many of the Bond memes it spawned. You mean like stuff referencing that one? Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to like look at them in order and see like just how many of the Bond staples like weren't in the first movie and stuff like that. And then watch the later ones to see how ridiculous some of them got. Talking about bad movies earlier, then mentioning A View to a Kill. Grace Jones also in Conan the Destroyer, and that movie gets unfairly dragged down. Its biggest flaw is Barbarian came first. Destroyer is a perfectly fine fantasy film. I don't know if people really referring to either of the Conan movies as like... I mean, they're not B movies, so... I don't know of many people referring to them in like the same breath as Yor. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Yeah, that is a classic. As Bond strapped to a laser table, a timer stopping on 007, the car stunts, yeah. Also has the ejector seat. I was amused when they brought that back in one of the Daniel Craig Bonds. Because, like, the first one, Casino Royale, has basically, like, no gadgets whatsoever. And then, for the later ones, they're like, okay, I guess we have to have gadgets, don't we? Just remember the second is being referenced to as bad. I mean, like... They're not the best movies. Part of that is Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't exactly the best actor. Skyfall is a big throwback to the old films and probably your favorite Craig Bond film. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would agree. Like, I enjoyed watching the Craig Bond films, but they definitely were missing... They were missing the humor of basically all of the older ones. Even the much maligned On Her Majesty's Secret Service had quite a bit of humor. And even the Timothy Dalton ones, which you know, kind of explicitly went for a more serious tone, had a lot of humor. Roger Moore definitely leaned into the humor, yeah. And I think that's one reason why I would put, like, like Roger Moore is the Bond I grew up with, so he's like the standard for me. He's my, you know, the one that I use to measure others by. Kind of like put him right there in the middle. Craig movies were so dour. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate what they were doing with them, but at the same time, like, I hope they decide to go back to a bit more of a lighthearted tone for Bond. Dalton isn't a one-shot wonder. He had 2 films. And they're both very high quality, in my opinion. George Lazenby is the one-hit wonder. No, you're not allowed to be tired. See, I can't hate the Lazenby one because it has curling in it. Yeah, actually, I would almost go so far as to say that they're kind of superhero movies. If you think about it. Moore was your first, but you think Brosnan was the best? You can hear your last roommate, people who like Brosnan just like Goldeneye. 2 things can be true. Brosnan is good. I think that... was it Die Another Day? Yeah, I figured it was like. It's Die Another Day with Michelle Yeoh, right? I think that's the one. Some of the names I'm bad at remembering. Either way, I would say that's the best of the Brosnan films. Like Goldeneye is good, but it's also a little cheesy. Whereas I think that Die Another Day is like it has an inventive premise that was before its time. I think the villain guy in the one with Halle Berry would have been a Great Gatsby instead of a Great Gatsby instead of Leo. Yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies. That's it. That's it. Die Another Day is the one with Gustav Graves, right? I'm bad at the names. Too many of them have the word die in it. Like, give me a freaking break. Yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies. That is like, there's some real chemistry between Brosnan and Michelle Yeoh on screen, for one thing. And having the Bond girl be his equal, fantastic. Yes. Yeah, it was Farron. Oops, there is an extra plate that needs to go in there. And the stealth ship was pretty cool looking too. Like that was a fun addition to the movie. I mean, to be fair, Kinshir is a little bit more Elon Musk than Steve Jobs, I would say. Then again, I guess Elon Musk has kind of redefined evil tech person. Music sounds like Emily Autumn? Nope. Yuko Imai. This is one of the Suikoden albums. You can tell it's Japanese because she's using English. And how's it going, Vicistry? Okay, we get our fuel cell down here. Does sound like Emily Autumn in voice. That's fair. I don't know Emily Autumn, so I know of her. I don't know her music, so I couldn't say. These whip antennas have been around for like 30 years now. They were used all over the place in the 90s, but not so much these days. All right, another pigeon here. And that goes right up there for some reason. Ad break is all done. Okay, we get our radar dish. I'm very amused by this. Like a radar dish and a launch platform on the roof of a building. Okay, there goes the sprue. The monster that confuses you when it comes to Quake, the Trapper monster. Remind me which one that is. Is that one of the ones that drops down from the ceiling? Yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess maybe it's bouncing around from the ceiling shaking on the Velt. You know, the Velt ceiling. This radar dish does remind me of the Charlie Sheen movie Arrival. They're immune to Quake except when the chaser monster spawns them in after it dies. Alright, spare parts. We got a white 1x1 pyramid peak slope. A nougat or warm tan. Probably warm tan 1x1 plate. A gray half bushing. A red friction half pin. And a black pneumatic tee. Now let's go ahead and take the spacecraft. And that goes right on here. I don't know if this is a great way to get into the ship here. I don't know. Maybe if it's turned this way. Let's see. Nope, that's no better. This is such a bizarre addition to the set. It really is. I mean, I don't mind it by any stretch, but it's so weird. Just Gecko climb into the cockpit? Yeah. You know? Cockpit opens, just leap across there, right? What happened to Blacktron's budget? Well, it got slashed. It really did. Also, if she does leap across, then this goes down there, and she goes falling out down the front of the building and to her death, right onto the train tracks, right as the subway car comes by. Spend it all on marshmallows and ball bearings. Don't you mean marshmallow ball bearings, Kinshir? It is a cute little spacecraft, though. A Grim for Lego. I was a grim child. So this is going to get very close to the... Oh, actually, I think this is going to exceed the camera. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exceeding the camera. Yep. I cannot get it under for because of the ship itself and the antenna. Oops. Let's take out the police car. And it all comes apart. I can't lay it down flat on its back, unfortunately. Oops. Okay, I wanted to lay it down flat so you guys could look at it, but I don't think that's happening. So there's the front there. There's the lower section with the tunnel and the crane. The crane is pretty nice. I do like the crane. Need a second front view camera. Yeah, the problem is that would be like right here where I am. I do have another one, but the problem is the cable. Like, my computer's over there underneath the table, and I'd have to, like, there's no space to... Well, I guess I could. I don't have a whole lot of space over here to the side for that kind of thing. So I'd have to, like, run the line all the way around, and it's just not long enough. And I don't have much space to, like, move my chair back either. I have some restricted space. And if I, like, had like, if I turned it this way and had the camera over here, then you'd see the, one of my screens over there. What I should probably do is try to get like have the like stack my screens one on top of each other or something like that. There's a lot of things that I should do, but all of that takes like money and stuff. The things that I do not have. All right. But overall, it's an interesting set. I think it's got great parts. It's a very weird one, though. Well, you wouldn't see my tabs because I don't do anything on this computer other than stream Lego, which is one of the reasons why it's frustrating for the fact that it's having some technical issues. But like you just get like the OBS screen and the dashboard and stuff like that, and it wouldn't look good. So, all right. Well, it is a little bit early. I don't have anything small to build right now. Well, I do actually. I got one more thing. This is a gift with purchase that is currently available, I think, or just was just available. Orange Cat. It's very cute. Creator 3-in-1, which you can make an owl or a gecko or crocodile? I'm not sure. Kitty! Okay, another downside of the paper bags with the wax coating is that some of the tiles like to stick to them. It's a very minor downside, though. Very, very minor. This is a lot of parts for a polybag. These are really long instructions. I remember when they were just like an A4 sheet or something. They're so nice to, because they can fit in like folders and stuff. I miss the one-page instructions of that size. Hit 50th hour in FF6. Nice. All the way to the 500th hour. I don't remember how many hours I have put into Final Fantasy X just yet, but I'm doing grinding. Get with the legal size revolution. I think that this is longer than legal. For one thing, Lego is European, so they would be using the A or B sized papers, I think. Oh, I know. I'm grinding for stat maxing. Except I've decided that I'm not going to bother stat maxing hit points and MP because I'm not going to use the break hit points, break MP. Because why? Don't need to. Because it's fun? Is it, though? Is it? Is it? Is it? But my 99,999. Well, don't worry, not a rogue AI. You can see me do that much damage. You still get that. Crush the super boss. Oh, well, I am going to, but I don't need the hit points for that. I'm going to crush all the super bosses. At least I hope I don't. I don't know. It may be that I do need that. And if I do, well, it's back to the grindstone. You've hit 99, 59 in FF1 and 2, but that's also from holding down frame skip. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Having milk tea, ready to stay up late. I don't know what milk tea is. I'm just gonna assume it's like breakfast soup, but with tea leaves instead. Can't tell me any different. It's just tea with whole milk added in. Right, so breakfast soup, but with tea leaves. Understood. Understood. Just having that late night breakfast soup. I was wondering how they would do the 3-in-1. They actually don't have the 3-in-1. You have to go online to get the other two. I see, I see. Pickles because Ald is saying breakfast soup? Well, that's just silly. Pickles aren't part of breakfast soup. There's no pickles in breakfast soup. Do max Valkyrie profile damage 65,000? I mean, I can do 99,999 right now, Gildaton. Although I did an overdrive for Lulu with break damage limit and magic booster. And let me tell you, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I can't wait to see the damage. I know it's going to be a little bit less than the normal cast, but... Oh, that is so disappointing. Lil Bunny isn't here. Need to throw pickles at me for breakfast soup stuff? No, you don't, though. Like, that's Lil Bunny's thing. You don't need to do that. There are things to emulate, and there are things that you don't need to emulate. Anything involving pickles, you really don't need to emulate. You really, really don't. I'm good. Right, but what about me? What about my feelings? Lil Bunny is actually here, just lurky. Gasp. See? Bahamut? You don't need to. You don't need to. See? What did I tell you? $255 is max 2-bit. Yes, it is. When I was a kid, I was always wondering what the significance of 255 was, because so many things had 255 as a max. And then I discovered, and I was like, that's kind of disappointing, actually. All I need is a good kick more often than not? No, definitely not. No, that's actually completely false. Can't spell 255 without FF. It's true. All right. So, spare parts. We got 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in pink and white. 1x1 tile with round end in orange. 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud in white. A white pneumatic tee. A black friction pin. And a silver Wolverine claws. And here's our cute little kitty. See? He's giving you side eyes. He knows. He knows. Okay, can't actually get his head down. He can put his head back, but he can't put his head down. There we go. He's gonna have some milk. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. This isn't a Roomba. This is a bowl of milk. It doesn't look like cats should do that with their neck. It's fine. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen, right? So the lizard and the owl, unfortunately, you need to go online to build. But for such a simple little build, it's very cute. It's got some good pieces, too. It's not a cat, it's an eldritch horror from outer space. No, look at it. Look, he's so adorable. Look at his little nose. See? Look, isn't he cute? Look, he's looking at you, Bahamut. He's looking at you. He's saying, wouldn't you pet me? Wouldn't you pet me? Aren't I just adorable? I mean, he's ready to put up his dukes, if not. He's ready to put up his dukes. You think it's cute just because Bahamut hates him? I don't think Bahamut hates him. I think Bahamut is having some fun. See? He's immune to mega flares because of cuteness. Cat spines should not do that. See if I can get his tail to move a little bit more as well. He's looking at you. He's so cute. Kitty can eat horse? Kitty wouldn't eat horse. Look at this adorable little face. He'd never eat horse. Besides, he also knows that horse would then kill him. There we go. So you can go up there. This reminds you to rebuild your cat deck in Magic the Gathering Arena? Well, yeah, obviously, because you need to get him in your deck. You need the cute cat. It's even on the on the instruction. Well, not the instructions. On the bag. Cute cat. So cute. Super adorable. All right, but it is about time for us to do some minifigs. They banned the best cat card. Well, obviously they didn't because he's still here. They can't ban him. Yeah, isn't that right, kitty? That's so right, kitty. All right. Let's see. 3. All right, so 3. 1, 2, and 3. They banned that cat immediately. They did not. Don't be silly. Alright, where is my mouse cursor? Start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. All right, so we got 11 holding out for a fencer until the morning light for Not a Rogue AI. 6 for Vigistry. That is the paleontologist. 12 for Bahamut. That would be the samurai lady that we got on Wednesday. Uh, 18. I need to re-roll. 2. All right, going for the sheriff. There is a new sheriff in town. First guess is a Minotaur crane assembler. Look how cute he is. So cute. The cutest of kitties. A Leonin construction worker. I got some other cute animals that I should build too one of these days. I mean, not as cute as the cat, you know. The adorable little kitty. He's so cute. Alright, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let me go ahead and get my my timer ready. Ald is mesmerized? Well, I mean, he's adorable. You should be mesmerized, too. A GIF romance novelist, many, many explosions. I mean, that's how GIF show their adulation, you know? That's how they declare their love for one another, with a big boom. All right. Predictions are closed. And go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What is that? What is that piece? Okay. 16.72. We have the paleontologist. Can your kitty hold his milk bowl like that? I don't think so. Oh my god, she's blank-faced! Okay, well, that was 16.72. I'll get that head out in a second. Let's choose the outcome. Within 20 seconds, complete that prediction. All right, Kinshear, Bahamut, Vigistry, and Gildatung all getting all of the hams. Very nice. Lord Canis going for 20 to 50, Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60, and Lel Bunny going for no. I don't know. Have you tried cuddling this kitty? I don't know. I don't know, Kinshear. If you haven't actually cuddled it, how can you know? How can you know? You doubled your hams pretty much. Nice. There we go. All right, I think it's been a little while since we got one of her, so let's go ahead and zoom in on our paleontologist. See, she also has an ammonite. I do really like the hat and hair. Doesn't seem to have too many set applications? No. But they make these for these, and then if they get used elsewhere, that's just kind of like, you know, gravy. Belongs in a museum. All right, let's go ahead and mark that off. Okay, still no fencer. All right. Let's see. There it is. D6. All right, 1. So we're once again going over here. D20. That is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Do you have a set number for this one yet? I don't know. All right, let's start a prediction. You can all guess what is inside the minifig pack. Get your predictions in. So let me go ahead and roll 11. So that is our clown. Send in the clowns. All right. So we've got 12 for Bahamut. That would be the colonial guy. 9 for Nadaroge AI. That would be the paintballer. So Vigistry, for the ladies, you've got the librarian, you've got Medusa, you've got the Amazon, you've got the bee girl, you've got the paintballer, and you've got the social media influencer, or yuppie. Next guess is a Minotaur stunt skateboarder. Oh, he's all ready to go off the skateboard ramp launcher 10 feet into the air. The Amazon, 4. All right. Get your predictions in. A Leonin Paladin Vet for Lost Minotaur Monsters. Or that is Minotaurs first. And I was like, wait, but they don't need vets. What are you saying about Minotaurs? Well, they do belong in a museum, just not the British Museum, Gilded Tongue. If anyone remembers Lion for You, all right. Have a good rest of your evening, Nadaroge. Minotaurs are almost pets? Wow. Wow. You're going to say that to Derakar? He's got a 19 strength, you know. I don't know if you would like him responding to that. All right, predictions are now closed. Let's go ahead and get my timer up and go. All right, let's see. He's the sole exception. Oh, there might be more. Ooh, okay, is that what I think it is? Yes. All right. 14.53, we have the colonial guy, the colonial soldier. All ready to musket some British. 19 strength gives best hugs. He can be a colonial marine in space. Sorry. It's terrible. I love the hairpiece, though. There is also the powdered wig that the British judge guy has in one of the other sets that we got. All right, so that was 14 seconds. So choose the outcome. Within 20 seconds, complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Let's see. Bahamut and Kinshi are getting all the hams. Lord Canis Vigistry, Gilded Tongue going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. Alright, so let's go ahead and mark that off. That is our third colonial guy. There was a, they were considering a set of, like, colonial era figure, like, character, sets in the 80s to 90s. Probably mid-90s, probably around the time of, shortly before the Ninja sets came out, I would say, and shortly after Dragon sets. Very sad that that never got greenlit. Yeah. Some great-looking product ideas. They weren't ready for prime time by any means. They weren't like, this is ready to go. They just decided not to. They definitely needed work, but it would have been very cool. There's actually like a piece. So they used sloped wall parts, the sloped wall parts that were prototyped for that in Ninja sets, but there were corner pieces that they never actually ended up using. All right. We still don't have those. Okay, that is 1. So again, we're going over there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, D6 again. 2. There we go. Alright, let's start our prediction, our final prediction for the night. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? Get your predictions in! Yeah, get my D12 out and ready. So 2 for Vigistry, that would be the adorable kitty. 12 for Bahamut would be the parrot, who is definitely addicted to crackers. That's what we need to find some fantasy thing for colonial era stuff, like adding dinosaurs in Delaware. Last guess, a Minotaur police dispatcher. He'd really tear up the dispatch booth when there's like a... oh, I need to get the weights up. Let's do that. There we go. Adorable kitty as opposed to the hideous kitty? Yes. A Leonin TED Talker. Get him! Alright, let me go ahead and get my scanner up while we wait for the predictions to end. Go ahead and get your predictions in if you haven't yet. And definitely make sure that you leave one open for me to get to so I can get all the hams. So about 30 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig box? Is there a specific name for TED Talk people? TED Talk people. Yeah, Vigistry, most of the Suikoden albums are really good. TED Talkers, maybe? I don't know. Alright, predictions are closed. Alright, so let me go ahead and shake it. Alright, I'm gonna go with the bunny. I think it's the bunny. Let's go ahead and roll the die. 4. So that is monkey. And the weight... 18.26. So it's not the monkey. It is definitely not the bunny. Could be the goldfish. Could be the crocodile. That's a little heavy. I'm going to say that it's the goldfish. I think that one is the closest. Alright, so, goldfish. Let's see if that is correct. It could be the crocodile, but I think it's the goldfish by the weight. No, that is the lion costume. That's even lighter. Wow. All right. So that is not a rogue AI got it, and that is going to be a no. No, actually, the crocodile weighs more, 18.55. The goldfish is 18.14. All right, let's choose the outcome. That is no. Let's complete that prediction. And Lel Bunny getting all of the hams. Bahamut going for yes with guess. Shield of Hope going for yes with die roll. Vigistry, Lord Canis, and Kinshir going for yes with weight. But that was a no. So this is a new lion tail piece. Get that on the legs. Get the torso on. This is all bright orange as well. Let's have him roaring. Bright orange and dark red. And he's got a chicken leg. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in on him. There's a roar in there. Or maybe crying. Maybe he got a thorn stuck in his paw. It's a cute tail. I like that. We haven't had that tail before. Got some little feet printing. And the lion head is quite cute. Let's see, that's probably dual molded, yeah. With the teeth are painted. They're not dual molded. All right. Put him up. Put him up. It's a very cute one. It's a very cute costume. I like that one. All right, let's go ahead and mark that down. There we go. All right. Use the head for Hercules. Hercules didn't wear a lion head. It was just a it was just like a cross, like sash thing. But that is going to wrap us up for tonight. Let me see if there is anyone to raid. Yes. Let's go ahead and head on over to Diamond Worm. So, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We'll be back on Monday for some Dragon Quest VII. We will be starting that. We'll be back on Wednesday and Friday for some more Lego building. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.